Hello everybody, it's Tim here again, here another movie review, this time for maybe something off a little bit of a beaten track, because I usually review horror flicks and comic book movies, but this time I figured I would do a review for Mickey 17, which I actually recently just watched, so I figured why not do a review for it. I'll just go ahead and start off and say I'd give it a 3 out of 4. This was a good movie. It wasn't a great movie, but it was a good film. It was actually much more comedic than I thought it would be. It's much more wacky and silly than I thought it would be. Basically, you got this character named Mickey, played by Robert Pattinson, who I will say does an awesome performance here, playing like multiple versions of himself, Mickey 17 and Mickey 18, basically. And he wants to get off Earth because he owes money to this loan shark, because him and his friend took money to start like some kind of macaroni or noodle business or something like that, but apparently it's not taking off, so they want to get off Earth, and so he signs up for this program to where they can make duplicate copies of himself called Expendables, which kept reminding me of the Stallone movie called Expendables, because they can basically just test whatever they want on them, and then when they die they can just make a new copy. So that's basically what it is. And one thing leads to another, and he is on the ship in space or whatever, and they go to this planet that's got like these little fuzzy roly-poly looking aliens on it, these kind of animalistic aliens, but you can actually tell that they are more intelligent than what the humans think they are, which I thought was interesting, because there's one point where Mickey 17 is like stranded in this ice, and they basically just leave him there like, well, he's gonna die, they'll just get another one tomorrow. But he actually gets saved by the roly-poly aliens, which I thought was kind of cute. Because he's like, oh, they're gonna eat me, and then after, like, when he wakes up again, he's like, do I not taste good? Like I said, there's a lot of wacky comedy in this. Like, there's this scene where he meets this black chick that he's talking about in flashbacks, and they just like automatically start having sex, but there's really like no build up to like them like falling in love with each other or getting into each other or whatever. They just automatically skip to them having sex over and over. So it's like, whoa, what? So yeah, there's some underdevelopment here for the characters, and kind of replaced with some wacky comedy, which I do think if this movie had been more serious with maybe bits of comedy, I think I would have liked it better. But it plays itself up as more of like almost like a satire at time, because they got Mark Ruffalo in this, who's clearly doing a parody of Trump, or a satire of Trump. And at points it is funny the way he does it, because he like walks in or whatever, and he's acting like a celebrity when he walks in there to meet everybody, and he's like putting his hands up in there like, and he's got like these fake teeth that like protrude out, like but at other times it's so on the nose Trump that it takes me out of the movie. I'm like, eh. And I don't even like Trump, I don't, but at the same time, doing such a on the nose like parody of him or satire of him, at times it is distracting, and other times it is kind of funny. So his performance was kind of hit and miss for me, but I was mostly fine with it. But the wacky comedy and just goofiness of the movie is what kind of took me out of it. At certain times I did think it was funny, and other times I was just like, eh. Because you got Robert Pattinson's character, Mickey 17, and he plays the character as very childlike. Even when we see like flashbacks to the original Mickey or whatever, even the way he talks, he sounds childlike too. But when you see like Mickey 18, he sounds more mature and gruffer, and he's willing to like fight stuff and all that more. So it's like, why are they completely different? I mean, I know the idea, of course, is probably to have them act differently to differentiate between them, but why is one so childlike or whatever when he has all the memories and stuff of all the other Mickeys? Because they implant the memories each time into the new vessel, the new Mickey or whatever that gets created from this printer machine. So it's like, why is he so childlike acting? At first I was like, is he mentally handicapped? Like, what's going on here? But no, it's not really clear to me. Maybe I missed something, I don't know. But you end up with two Mickeys because one survived. He was saved by the roly-poly creatures. And then you got this other Mickey they made because they thought Mickey 17 was dead. And they start to fight for a while, because neither one of them really wants to die, and or be killed if they get found out, because you're not supposed to have two copies at once. But they end up teaming up together basically, and you get like I said, Mark Ruffalo doing like this parody of Trump, where he's like, we've got to kill all these creatures on this planet and just take the planet, they're aliens. And then people are like, no, you retard, we're the aliens, this is their planet. He just looks at them like, what'd you say? Like he's doing a parody of how dumb Trump is. It's kind of funny, but at the same time it's so on the nose at certain points, it's a little much. But so they actually kill like a baby one, Mark Ruffalo's character has like a baby one killed, and in order to like make peace with the aliens, they have to kill like one human. Of course, they want to be Mark Ruffalo's asshole character. So when they get to the end or whatever, Mark Ruffalo's basically wanting to like go out there and blow them all up with like a grenade launcher or rocket launcher or whatever they've got, or release some type of gas on them. And they get out there, and Mickey 18 basically like sacrificed himself by like jumping on there and beating the shit out of Mark Ruffalo and then blowing himself up with him, and so that he saves the day in a sacrifice. And of course the two Mickeys do work together at the end, because you got the other one like communicating with the aliens, Mickey 17, who is pretty much the main character of the movie, asking him like what they want and everything, because he's learned to like mimic their language, and he's also got a translator thing that's created by scientists at the end. And of course, one funny thing is that the aliens like threaten that they can make a sound like so high pitched to where it can make all the humans like heads and stuff and everything explode. And at the end, you find out that was just bullshit and the bluff by the aliens. I did think that was funny. Other things in the movie, you got this like black-haired chick or whatever that seems to have like a thing for Robert Pattinson's character, and they almost kiss at one point, and she's like talking to the black chick about how there's two of them, you know, implying like, hey, I can have one, you can have the other. Like, you get the idea that that's what it is. Like I'm saying, it's more into like the wackiness of the movie. But nothing ever comes of that. Like, you never get like a relationship between like the Mickey 17 and her character. Like, it never goes anywhere. Like, there was no reason for that to even be in the movie or even hinted at. I don't even know why that was there. So when you get to the end of the film, overall the day is saved. They destroy the printer machine, and you got like this one like fake scare at the end where Robert Pattinson's Mickey 17 character's like sitting in the crowd as they're about to blow up the replicator device or whatever printer machine to, you know, Mark Ruffalo's dead. They want to get rid of it and not ever use it again. And he has like this dream where Mark Ruffalo's like character's wife or whatever in the movie, I guess she would be like the first lady, is like trying to replicate Mark Ruffalo back. She's like, you know, this is what you want. And he like and he looks at him and goes, no, fuck you. And he basically wakes up, showing that he wants to be a human basically, and he's found this place in life. He doesn't listen to live and being an endless copy or whatever. At the same time, you kind of got that anyway. You didn't really need that scene. It's just kind of there. It felt like it was just there. It's like another, like a false scare, really. There's just no reason for it to be there. It doesn't add anything. So by the time you get to the end of the movie, he's basically, you know, gets to live with the group or whatever on this ice-type planet and help communicate with these little roly-poly aliens. And so it's a happy ending and the movie's over. Overall, this was a 3 out of 4. It's an awesome performance by Robert Pattinson as two different versions of himself, as like a more mature Mickey and a childlike one, even though I didn't really get why the Mickey 17 was so childlike. And you don't really get enough of a background on the Mickey character. Like, you don't really get anything. You get the idea that he accidentally killed his mom because he caused her to like crash her car by accident because he pressed a button in the vehicle he wasn't supposed to. But that's about it. Overall, this is a 3 out of 4. It wasn't as good as I thought it would be. I thought this would have been like a great film. Instead, it's a good film. Would I buy it? Yeah, I'd pick it up. I'd probably pay like $10 for it. It's a good movie. It's not anything amazing or great to write home about, but it's a good movie. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again.